Hello everyone, this is Tanja Ware, and I'm going to be doing a little art video today where I'm going to attempt to turn spring into fall. I'm going to start out with this spring underpainting that I did of a painting a while back that I never did finish. I went to finish it and I thought that I thought I would like it better in fall colors, and if I dry brush it, I believe that these spring colors coming through the russets and oranges and golds will make a nice complementary glow to it. First of all, my first step is this sky is a little warm for what I really want on a fall day. So I'm going to cool that sky down with a little, let's go with some ultramarine blue and white. Let's see. It's pretty much, need it a little darker, I think. Really don't want those streaks in there at this point. So yeah, that's a little better. I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but the sky beforehand had just almost a turquoise look, which is great for summer and warm weather, but when it gets cooler, the sky tends to be a little bit cooler as well. So that's what we're going to do here. And as always, we want the very top of our sky to be darker than the bottom. Skies are important because they set the whole tone for the whole picture. I'm just going to come right on over that mountain right there. That's okay. Now I'm going to pick up just a little pure white. Well, almost pure. And work in from the horizon up. The horizon is the farthest point from you, the viewer, so it's a little bit lighter because your eyes do not see color that far away. Well, as vividly as you see it up here over your head. In your field of vision, the closest part to you is over your head. That's why you make it darker at the top and lighter at the bottom. You definitely want to get enough paint on there to be workable. I'm working wet over dry, which is it's sometimes easier to go ahead and oil the canvas if you've already let your the layer before what you're working on dry. Sometimes that helps a lot. Now that's going to be a lot prettier because this tree is going to be russet orangey color. And yes, that's a word, orangey. I just made it up. Now I'm going to strengthen these mountains back here with a little bit of purple to them. Maybe it's a little, maybe they wouldn't be that purple in real life, but this is a painting. I get to make them however I want them. And I'm doing that because I believe that that will be also make a very nice color combination right there. If something looks like you just really don't, it's too hard of an edge, you can always take a dry brush. To me, there's too much of these mountains are too far away and they've got too hard of an edge on them. You wouldn't see that. So I'm just going to soften those up with a dry brush, and that's basically all you do is zigzag between the two colors, or just simply run your brush over that edge. Push those mountains back where they ought to be. Put a little bit of white on that one. There. Yep, I think that's it. Now we're going to move on to, there. We're going to move on to this mountain right here. And we're going to go back with our blue and white, only we're going to gray it up just a tad with a little black too. Or if you don't want to do that, you can always use ultramarine. You can use Payne's Gray, which isn't really a gray, as it in the sense that you think of it. It's more of a blue-gray, a lot of blue to it. Makes a very nice color whenever it's got a little bit of white to it. And all I'm doing here is just reinforcing the edges of this mountain. We're bringing it forward just a little bit, and at the same time giving us a little bit of difference from the sky. There. That probably will do just great. Now, I'm going to wash this same old brush. No, I'm not. I'm going to use a different brush. That one's a little big. I'm going to be using what I call a scruffy brush. You can see the bristles are kind of fuzzed out on them. Makes good foliage. And for these background trees here, we're going to make those a kind of a reddish brown with a little bit of green. There's still some green to the landscape at this point in our. Yeah, that's good. We're just going to put a few little indications of some background trees there. Going to make them a little lighter on this side because the sun is actually coming from over here. So we'll make them a little lighter over there. Now I'm not covering this background up, the blues and completely. That might be really kind of hard for you guys to see on the video. I don't know. As we get down closer to the base, to the ground level, we'll have a little bit more of a bluish, hazy look. Maybe there's some little bit of fog back in there. Oh, there we go. I think that's pretty good. Now, we might take just a tiny bit of yellow ochre and yellow, tiny bit of white. See how that looks. Add a little bit of sparkle where the sun is coming through on this side. There. Just a touch here and there. Now I'm going to start working on this stand of trees here. I'm not going to do a lot to that because I rather like this yellow green in here, but I'm probably going to use this ochre, and I told you guys I was going to dry brush, which is what I'm going to do over this. And that's just where I bring in my color, put it on my brush, but I take most of it off so that it's almost dry. I want a little bit more light on that side. Yeah. More of a gold color over there. Now for the shadow side, I believe I'm going to mix a little bit of alizarin crimson, a dark red, in there. Let's see how that looks. Oops, a little too light. I like that crimson. It does kind of take over the gold color though. So I believe I'll go back in with a little more of the gold. that'll work. I really haven't decided whether to do a lot with these dark green trees. I kind of like that. I think I will take one or two of them into a reddish brown. Maybe this one. Yep. Like that. Leave that. Maybe put a few purple accents on the bottoms here. Oh yeah, I like that much better. This one is a little too green, bright, but I'm going to leave it green. So let's just tone it down a little bit. And to tone that down, I just use a little sap green, white, and yellow ochre. And I believe I will bring these trees as a few gold ones down in there, gold green, as if they're just turning. Whoops, a little too much. Now these down here are a little blotchy, so I'm going to take some green, a little bit of purple, and that makes a really dark dark foil down in there. Yeah, that's starting to look a little fallish. And for this one, I'm going to just gray the green a little bit, and I believe I'll just leave it like it is. See how that looks. Ooh, a little light. That one does not say fall. So, I like the value of it, I just don't like the color. So maybe I'm going to go with a little burnt sienna and some yellow ochre. Yeah. A few of the leaves are starting to turn on that one. Yeah, I like that much better. Still leaving that background. In fact, I'm going to bring a little bit more of that down into those trees as well. Yeah. Good. I like it. I think I'll leave it. Now, let's see here. What to do next? I believe that we will do this tree. And this tree is kind of the star, and it's going to be orange. A lot of light hitting it. And it is going to be crimson and gold and yellow. And I'm not mixing, I'm just dipping my brush in the different colors of paint. So that they're all mixed, they're not mixed together. There's just different, at different spots on the brush, there's different colors. That probably didn't make any sense, but maybe you'll see when I'm finished. That one had a lot of red on that side. And I'm turning my brush as I go. When you're making foliage, it's best to start with less and fill it in as you go, because you get too much of it and it just looks staged on these, especially on these leafy trees.